Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn about quadratic equations. First of all, let's know about equations. In mathematics, there are three types of equations. The first one being the multivariable equations. These equations include multiple unknowns called variables that can take any value. Example includes s is equal to ut plus half at square, v square is equal to u square plus 2as, etc. In all the example above, we have more than two unknowns, thus we call them multivariable equations. The second one is the bivariable equations. These equations include two unknown variables that can take any value. For example, s cubed plus y squared minus 3 equal to 0. The third one is the single variable equations. These equations have only one unknown. Example includes s cubed plus 3s squared plus 6 is equal to 0. We call these polynomials because any equation that have a degree of 3 and above, that is power of 3 and above, we call them polynomials. We have s squared plus 4x plus 2 equal to 0. This is quadratic equation because the highest power here is of degree 2, so we call them any equation of degree 2, we call them quadratic equation. And we have x plus 4 is equal to 0, which is linear because it is of degree 1. So here we are. What are quadratic equations? Any equation of the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is said to be quadratic in nature because the highest power here is 2. Hence, any equation that has one variable and has the highest degree of 2 is said to be quadratic. There are 4 ways of solving quadratic equations. In this video, we are going to talk about 3 ways out of the 4. The first one is the factorization method. Second one, the completing the square method. The third one is formula method, and the fourth one is the graphical method. We are not going to talk about the graphical method in this video, so we are going to talk about factorization method, completing the square method, and formula method. So the first method we are going to look at in this video is the factorization method. Let's take an example. Find the values of x in the equation 2x squared plus 4x minus 6 is equal to 0. Here's the solution. 2x squared plus 4x minus 6 is equal to 0. So we divide through with the coefficient of x squared to have s squared plus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So here we are going to multiply s squared with the constant term, which is minus 3, to have minus 3s squared, and we are going to look for the factors of minus 3s squared. So the factors of minus 3s squared include minus 3x times x. This is going to give us minus 3s squared, but minus 3x plus x is equal to minus 2x. So we cannot use it in this scenario because the factor that is going to give us minus 3s squared that we can use must surely give us back plus 2x, which is the middle term of the expression. So we have the second factor to be 3x times minus x. Yes, if we multiply them together, we are going to get minus 3s squared, but 3x minus x is going to give us plus 2x, so which is exactly the middle term here. So we are going to use 3x and minus x. So instead of writing plus 2x, we write plus 3x minus x. So we write our equation as s squared plus 3x minus x minus 3 equal to 0. So what's common between x squared and plus 3x is x, and if we factor out x, we'll be left with x plus 3, and between minus x and minus 3 we have minus 1 to be common, and if we factor out minus 1, we are going to have x plus 3. So factor out what's common to both sides. We have x plus 3 and x plus 3 to be common to both sides, so we factor out x plus 3 and we are left with x minus 1. So these are the factors of the equation. Either x plus 3 equal to 0 or x minus 1 is equal to 0. X is equal to minus 3 or x is equal to minus 1. Hence, the value of x are minus 3 and 1. These values are also called the roots of the equation. The second method we are going to look at in this video is completing the square method. Let's take an example. Solve for x in the equation ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So solution, like we did in the first example, we divide through with the coefficient of x squared, which is a. So we have s squared plus b over ax plus c over a is equal to 0. So we are going to move the constant term to the other side. So we have s squared plus b over ax is equal to minus c over a. So we divide the coefficient of x by 2, square it and add it to both sides. So the coefficient of x here is b over a. So there is something to note here. B over a divided by 2 is equal to b over a times 1 over 2 and is equal to b over 2a. So we are going to square b over 2a and add it to both sides. So we have s squared plus b over ax plus b over 2a all squared is equal to minus c over a plus b over 2a all squared. So from the left hand side, add the two having square and square the result. That is, x is having s square and b over 2a all squared. We are going to add them without the square first, and we are going to square our results. That is, we are going to have x plus b over 2a all squared. So is equal to minus c over a plus b square over 4a square. B square over 4a square is the result of evaluating b over 2a all squared. So we have x plus b over 2a all squared is equal to minus 4ac plus b square over 4a square. So this is the result we are going to have if we take the LCM of minus c over a plus b square over 4a square. So we take square root of both sides, and the square root here is going to cancel the square. So we are left with x plus b over 2a is equal to plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. So we have x is equal to minus b over 2a plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. So if we take the LCM, we will be left with x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. So this is the final answer. So the last method we are going to look at in this video is the formula method. The result we got in our last example is the famous and common formula method of solving quadratic equations. Let's take an example. Find the value of x if 5x squared plus 3x minus 9 equal to 0. Solution: 5x squared plus 3x minus 9 is equal to 0. Here, our a is equal to 5, b is equal to 3, and c is equal to minus 9. So using the formula method, we have x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a as our formula. So we are going to substitute these values into the formula, and we have x is equal to minus 3 plus or minus root of 3 squared minus 4 times 5 times minus 9 all divided by 2 times 5. So our x is equal to minus 3 plus or minus 3 squared is going to give us 9, and minus 4 times 5, that will be minus 20. Minus 20 times minus 9 is going to give us plus 180. All divided by 2 times 5 is going to give us 10. So we have x is equal to minus 3 minus root of 189 all divided by 10, or x is equal to minus 3 plus 1 root of 189 all divided by 10. So those are the two possible values of our x. So this method is very short but may not solve all problems. For example, x squared minus x minus 3 is equal to 0 can be solved by factorization. Formula method and completing the square method can work here, so please try and learn all the methods. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe for updates on other topics. It's totally free. Like and share.